Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be testing out the 7 brawlers, I believe, that received a balance change, literally, which just released with today's maintenance. I'll be going through just testing them out for the first time, and then on my stream later today and on my second channel, I'll be going through them a lot more in depth, because it's pretty hard on ladder just to completely tell whether a brawler has been killed with some of the balances. But literally right there is a good example of the damage nerf actually making an impact. And yeah, so with Ollie, Ollie's received a few nerfs. If you missed yesterday's video, he received a nerf to his main attack damage, going from 2,000 to 1,800. What else did he receive? And a gadget cooldown from 15 seconds to 18 seconds with All Eyes on Me. So I think both of these nerfs will definitely have an impact. And as a result of his damage nerf, his supercharge rate, well, his super will need one more shot to charge up, which again, people will overreact about Ollie personally, because if you remember, I think Ollie, when was it, like 4 months ago or so, received like a nerf, and people just underestimating Ollie in the meta quite a bit, and even I was a little bit. Like, he was considered a B tier brawler, but I probably would have sent like an A tier. He's still good in the right hands and in the right setup. So yeah, the damage nerf is definitely going to impact a lot of interactions, but I still feel like fundamentally he's going to be a good brawler. He's just going to rely a lot more on his actual hypercharge, but his super's still really toxic. He's still got 2 really good gadgets. I just don't think he'll be able to like absolutely hard carry, so he'll probably be more of a map and mode specific or matchup brawler, to be honest, where you won't be able to first pick him. But I think he'll still be a threat in the meta personally. So that is Ollie. He still feels all right to me. Again, I know it's ladder, but yeah, let's see how he feels in ranked. Let's jump into the next one. Okay, so now jumping into the second nerf we're going to be testing out. It is with Mina. So Mina received 2 nerfs. One to her health. It's gone from 8,200 to... Wait, what was it in the end? 8,000... So 7,400, I believe. Yeah. And then the second shot damage has gone from 2,800 to 2,000. So some big nerfs there, to be honest. So with Mina, I've already watched a pro scrim. I've seen Heretics versus SKC. And SKC, they did pick a Mina. I mean, they did play into a Chester, but it just didn't look as strong. It just didn't look as impactful. So you can see the pro teams are definitely going to test out whether Mina's good or not. And we'll definitely know within a few days, we'll know for sure how strong Mina is in the meta. I still get the feeling that she's going to be very usable, but just nowhere near as strong as she used to be, which is, I mean, she's received a lot of nerfs right now, and she still remained like the best brawler in the game. So eventually these nerfs are going to catch up to her. You would hope, right? You'd hope. But she's still got like a really strong gadget and super combination. So you can see here, can easily kill this Bieber. Don't want to get knocked back there, so I'm just going to use my gadget. We should be able to kill the Surge as well. And there you go. So I still think that mechanically there's a lot of really cool things about Mina's kit. Again, this super, this gadget, both gadgets are really going to be like carrying her inside of this meta. And she's still got her reload speed, and she can still like make a lot of movements on the map, but she's just not going to be as, I don't know, she's not going to be able to just like 1 versus 2 every single interaction, pretty much. It's going to be a lot easier to deal with in terms of like tank counters because of health. I think that's going to be the main thing. She's just going to be a bit squishier, so a little bit easier to take down. So we should be able to score here, but I can feel the nerf a little bit, but at the same time it's like, okay, typical teammates. Right, at least we've got a hypercharge here. A lot of people were asking as well, why didn't we nerf the hypercharge? To be honest, I know the hypercharge is good, but I don't really see too much Mina in rank, so I'm unsure whether the hypercharge is actually that okay. Yeah, I can see why people are complaining about the hype. Yeah, let's just rewind a second. Yeah, they probably should have nerfed the hypercharge rate a little bit, but as I mentioned in yesterday's video, because of the damage nerf to her second sequence, theoretically, it will definitely take a little bit longer to get a hypercharge and her super. So that has been nerfed a little bit. Still, the hypercharge is crazy. Yeah, I don't know why he even contemplated that. I still think Mina will be a solid option in the meta, but I don't think she'll be S tier anymore. I think people will keep adding her in ranked, but again, it'll be one of these brawlers that go down a little bit. I don't think killed, but definitely down a bit. So that's Mina. Let's jump into another. All right, guys, jumping into the next balance change we're going to be testing out for the first time. It's with Cordelius. So Cordelius received a couple of nerfs, and both to his Shadow Realm. So inside of Cordelius' Shadow Realm, he gets a movement speed buff and a reload speed buff. Both of those are gone. Well, one has gone from movement speed's gone from 20% to 10%, and the reload speed's gone from 30% to 20%. So that, in all honesty, is annoying a lot of Cordelius mains, because I think the big issue what a lot of people were talking about was just Cordelius's main attack damage. His main attack damage is just far too much. It got buffed like 4 months ago or so, which again, like, Cordelius wasn't in the best of spots when he received that buff, but he definitely was still impactful in the meta, and he received like a 10% plus damage buff, which is just insane when you think about it. So again, unfortunately, light ladder is not a good indication on a brawler's strength all the time, but we can already feel a little bit how he's a bit slower inside of the shadow realm. In all honesty, I don't think it's really going to affect a lot of things, but it will change a few interactions, so I guess it will impact the meta a little bit, but it's still Cordelius. He's still going to be able to shut down so many brawlers, and you can see here, maybe it will make people switch star powers, I don't know. So his super is used a bit more to like collect a lot of these healing shrooms, but again, I still feel like Cordelius would be a great shutdown brawler, a lot of different options. Maybe he's not going to be your go-to option everywhere, but he's always been one of the best brawlers inside of Heist. He's always been really strong inside of Brawl, and I don't see this nerf really doing anything to him, in all honesty. Again, like, maybe it makes it a little bit easier to kill him inside of Shadow Realm, but most of the time, Cordelius, a good Cordelius player will just make sure he knows he's going to guarantee a kill, whether it's with his jump gadget or his mute gadget before he supers somebody. So yeah, Cordelius is still going to be really good. I would have preferred a damage nerf, but let's hop into the next one. All right, guys, jumping into the next brawler we're going to be testing after the balance changes. It's with Byron. So Byron received a couple of nerfs with his hypercharge. He received a projectile speed nerf, and the amount of darts that are thrown out have been halved from 12 to 6. So this is going to make Byron's hypercharge a lot less toxic. So Byron's hypercharge, the main problem is that he could just throw out his hypercharge super and he'll just hit somebody no matter what. Like, it was pretty much unavoidable, and it just gets so much value. It deals so much damage. So yeah, I'm very glad they nerfed it. A lot of people kind of question it, but Byron was like by far the most used brawler at kind of like legendary, I'd say like Masters legendary kind of rank. Everyone just first picked Byron no matter what. Yeah, he was a good brawler, but it's not like first pickable in my opinion, because he can be countered. The pros know how to counter him, but the hypercharge is definitely a problem. So I'm glad that they've actually nerfed this. Let's see if the hypercharge is any good once we get it in a second. So yeah, we're one shot away from it here. Let's tap Benita a few times, and I'm going to throw this hypercharge super and just spam it and see if I hit anybody. So I do hit Benita, and yeah, I don't know if people still have enough time to really react to this hypercharge super, but I think the good thing is that there is like a certain attack pattern with the super, and it's in like the shape of a, I think just a spike main attack, right? Or is it squeak super? I can't remember. But anyways, like, basically what I'm trying to say is that these really easy patterns to kind of recognize, it makes it at least a little bit more avoidable for the higher level players. Like, you notice Byron Super's got 6 darts, and you can stand in a certain position and you can probably avoid a lot of the damage. But with his other hypercharge super with 12 hits, you basically, there was no room inside of that dart sequence to find a spot to dodge. It would just hit you no matter what, right? And it was very unskillful, so I'm glad they've changed it. But I'm actually surprised, because with some hyperchargers, Kenji and other hypercharge supers, they've took a long time to come up with balances. Instead of like actually fixing the hypercharge itself, they used to just nerf the hypercharge rate. But it looks like now they're taking a bit of a different approach. Now that all the hyperchargers are in the game, maybe they're just looking to nerf all of the broken hyperchargers, which is good, which is what we've been asking for a long time in terms of the community. So yeah, the hypercharge still feels pretty good. Byron still feels pretty good because he's so easy to hit with. I still think he'll be like an 8-8 brawler inside of a meta, but it just won't be like, surely the randoms won't be just first picking him everywhere right now. So of course it gets slowed by, but Jesse, please get me out of there. Okay, got into overtime. I'm not really trusting my teammates, am I? Because they've done nothing right now. It's just been me firing a million hypercharge supers in a row. But let's pop our gadget here. We're going to get a lot of value. We're going to get hypercharge super here. We're just going to throw this out and see if we can connect onto anyone. We do heal our Jackie up, and that should be the game no matter what. I mean, yeah, I still think the hypercharge super is pretty easy to hit, but again, it makes it a bit more avoidable. So Byron is the next one. Jackie dealt less than 10k damage. What was that, like 4 shots of damage? Kind of crazy. Yeah, let's just jump into the next one, because ladder is unserious. All right, guys, now jumping into Kaze, and Kaze received some big nerfs, especially with the invisibility gadget, and these ones could be interesting. I don't really see Kaze falling off dramatically in the meta, but it's definitely going to shift the meta a little bit. So if you guys didn't know, her invis gadget got basically like a point 7.5, I'd say, cooldown, I think it is, right? So her gadget used to be 2 seconds and it's gone to 1.5 seconds, but then the star power increases the duration to, I think, 3 seconds. So I think it's gone down to like maybe like 2.25 if I'm correct. I can't remember off the top of my head. But anyways, it's basically like nearly I'd say around a second less of invisibility every time you pop your gadget, which will of course make her a little bit easier to predict, and maybe it kills her niche in a few situations. But I still think she's going to be probably the best heist brawler, one of the best heist brawlers. I still think maybe in like more aggressive game modes like Brawl, etc., you could probably just switch the gadget and just go for the different build. So let's see. Also, a ninja super got 2 nerfs as well with the damage and how fast it is. So that is a 20% speed reduction. That felt really slow, guys. Really slow. I mean, I still hit it, but that just feels a lot more manageable in my opinion. So we should be able to take down this cord. I mean, I'll just take it to the face, but I suppose may as well. So yeah, maybe the ninja hypercharge isn't going to be as good as it previously was, which is going to be interesting. Let's just pop into this form here. I'm just going to pop hypercharge super just to try and get rid of his buzz. Okay, I mean, that definitely felt a bit harder to connect my ninja super onto people. But again, like, if you're sneaky about it, you're still going to connect onto them because they won't be expecting it. So I'm undecided. I don't think the nerf is going to like be the craziest change to her, but it's definitely making me question things. Let's see if the gadget can actually keep me in here. And I think it did the first time, just about. So let's go for a super here on Penny. Just about. I feel like the timings have changed a lot. Like, you've got to predict probably where they're going to be. So you might end up missing your ninja super damage a lot more, I would say now. Yeah, I think you're going to be missing your ninja, especially at maximum range. You're going to be missing damage, but at least if you like put yourself to land on them in a good position, it's still going to be good, right? It's still going to be impactful. So you can see here, I still think Cordelius was good. But damn, I think both of them will make a bit of an impact. In comparison to other nerfs, I think these will definitely tone her down a bit and make her a bit more predictable, I would say. Because the problem with Cordelius is that you couldn't even react to her ninja super, and you had to constantly keep on top of her invisibilities. Well, now she's going to be more vulnerable. Yeah, so I like these nerfs, to be honest. I like them. She's still going to be strong, but I like them. All right, guys, jumping into the final brawler we're going to be testing, because with Mo, it's basically a bug fix, and a lot of people didn't even know that was even a thing. And I didn't even know that, to be honest. So with Meeple has received a hypercharge super duration nerf. So going from 12 seconds to 10 seconds. So this will be a little bit impactful. But I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I think Meeple was probably, would definitely be the best brawler inside of the game now, because of like Cordelius, Mina, and Ollie like receiving nerfs, and other brawlers receiving nerfs. Meeple's still going to be insane. Like, the duration is still going to be very, very strong. And I think like it's got like toxic gadgets, it's got a lot of health, he's got so much sustain, and he's good into pretty much everything. So pop my gadget here and see. I was going to say if we can get closer to this Rico. Rico's just pushing us for whatever reason. But the one toxic thing about Meeple as well is this star power. I've been talking about it for a long time. It makes it so you only charge super in 4 shots. That's just absolutely insane to me. So of course he's going to be good for, until they probably nerf, I would say, the radius of his hypercharge. Like, the radius is pretty insane when you think about it. You can walk through so much. Let's see. These guys are just... they're just cooped up, which is absolutely hilarious to me. Yeah, I mean, I can test out Meeple, but the hypercharge, I don't know, does it really need testing? It's still going to be insane to me. I just think there's no point really like going into depth about Meeple, because he's still going to be a strong brawler. 2 less seconds not going to do much, because I still think just being able to go through walls is such an insane ability. It's still really fast to charge. So I think if there was to make more meaningful nerfs in the fact like the supercharge rate should be a lot higher, maybe an extra super, then I would be like, okay, maybe he's a little bit weaker, but I just don't see it. He's going to be the best brawler in the game still. So that's going to be it, guys, for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think of the balance changes in the comment section below. And again, make sure to check out my stream later today. I'll be streaming a lot earlier, so I can look at the meta, and so I can get you guys like a new tier list, a new best brawlers video, new max out brawlers. You know, there's a lot of videos that I've got planned. So that's going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.